again, and welcome to another episode of Natural Mojo. Again, I'm out in the rainforest in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And in the background, you might be able to hear the Pacific Ocean. I didn't want to get too close to the waves because it is roaring today, and I thought, well, this conversation that we're about to have today is too important to miss out on. So again, welcome. As I said, today is a very important episode. It's short, it's succinct, but powerful. In my consulting business and my mentoring business, one of the things I am known for within my inner circle is the use of energy. That's why I am called the Mojo Maker. In my ancestral lineage, the women in my family have been known to be very good at using the power of intention and the power of energy. And I've just taken that to the next level using the science backing all of this, use all the things that we know about the field and what we know about claiming and what we know about putting things together in such a way that we are able to not only bend our reality, but to raise the vibration of love, which is the most powerful energy in the universe. So let's get to it. Today, we're calling this the 3 most powerful ways to trigger and bend your reality. So let's talk about those 3 because we only have a short time. The first one is the power of giving. Now, that might sound counterintuitive to what you want to do and receive in your life. After all, you are making the intention, you're making your claims, you're setting your goals, or whatever it is, to bring something, to manifest something. And here I am telling you about the power of giving. Well, let's back up a little bit. Why would I say something like that? Because in the world of energy work, there's one fundamental truth we begin with. We are all part of the one. We are all part of the all. Everything is connected. And ever since I've been coming out here, I've come to know that at a visceral level. Everything is connected. I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. Yes, we've been taught separation from the minute we were born, but in reality, we were all connected. And you've had moments of recognizing that when an amazing intuitive feeling comes upon you, or you were led to call somebody, you were thinking about somebody, the phone rang. You've had those moments, right? We are all connected on a vibratory level. We are all connected. So the principle of giving is a huge one. What do you want for yourself? Do you want love? Do you want companionship? Do you want money? Do you want fame? What is it that you want specifically to experience, whether in small, in part, or in large ways? Well, it's incumbent upon you to do unto the other first. And I know that's a hard one because we've been taught separation, we've been taught competition, we've been taught to go it alone, we've been taught to strive and do all kinds of things on our own, and we're waiting for other people to do unto us first. No, my friend, it's you have to do unto the other first. What do you want? Do you want love? Love first. You want forgiveness? Forgive first. You want love? I said love. Must be important. Love first. You want money? Spend money in somebody else's business first. We all want people to come to us and hear us and do all these things for us first so we can receive before we get. And that's not how we do it. That's not how the vibration works. Now, think about this. I call it the boomerang principle. You know me and my principles, right? I call it the boomerang principle. Anything that I put out there comes back to me tenfold, pressed down. And doesn't that sound familiar to some of you that have heard that in other places, right? It's a rare thing to see people do this willingly. And actually, people become suspicious of you when you do it. I remember I had people say, Pam, why do you always want to do that for people? They don't care about you. They don't want anything good for you. And I always say to them, you know what? I'm not doing that for them specifically. I am that person over there, so I do it for me. I give to them because I know I'm also giving to me. Yes, I want to see them do well and I want to see them prosper, but I'm also doing it for me. So when I do it, I know it somewhere, sometime, someplace down the road in the future, who knows when, not my business actually, I know I have laid down the foundation for me to have in like manner and like vibration come back. Okay? And this is a difficult one for people, and this is why it becomes part of a practice. We talk about the word practice a lot. What is it that you're actually practicing? Think about that. You might be practicing the things opposite just to spiral up your power. And these are the concepts that I teach my clients how to hone in on these particular vibratory practices. They're Hermetic practices from one of the ancient masters, even long before all the ones that we're well aware of, like Zoroaster or Jesus or any of these people. Trismegistus, and I think I said that. Me and my S's are a little bit off right now. But if you look at books such as the Kabbalion, it talks about these principles. All these conversations we're having at present about law of attraction and law of this and law of that, this is where this information comes from. And it's a wonderful thing to read it and say how great it is and get on social media and post memes about it. It's quite another to practice it. Can you practice the principle of giving first? Give what you want to have an experience in your own life, and don't expect it to come back from the person that you've done it to. Many people do that. That's the first mistake, because you have to do this with a good heart. You can't do it and okay, now it's my turn, and you're waiting for them to do something, and when they don't do it, now you're clogging up the system with resentment. Then you've done it wrong. You didn't do it with a pure heart. Give because it was the right thing to do. Give because you want to see somebody else do well and prosper. Give because you know you're also laying the foundation for it to happen to you as well. Lay down your foundation, lay down your tracks, build upon solid foundations here, people, not on shifting sands. Again, some of you have heard that principle, okay? So, number one, give, give, give. Okay? Second principle, win-win. And we've heard that. I'm on the WinWin channel. This is the network that I do this show for every week. Win-win. But what does win-win actually mean for you in this context of bending your reality? Now, remember when I started, I talked about bending reality in such a way that you are starting to see things differently. The world looks different to you. It responds different to you because the world is vibratory. We live in a vibratory world. It's about vibration. The energy or the entity that we call God or the universal mind or the source is about vibration. That's why we are commanded almost to look towards the vibration of love. It's the most powerful vibration out there. Yet we tend to do the opposite because we're stuck in fear and we're stuck in hate and pridefulness and egotism. It's all spurred up because we're watching other people who we believe are separate from us and who we feel may not deserve all that they're getting, get things that we want to get and what we want to see. Okay? But remember, my friend, that what's happening over there is for them. That's their path. That's their vibration. Your job is to build upon your vibration. Work on your vibration. Practice your vibration. This is your daily job. Before anything else, work on this. So the win-win situation is do everything, and it's all connected, all of these principles connected. Do things in a way that it's a win for life and it's a win for you. Do things that you are proud to say that you were part of that. You had something to do with that. Because of that, that person was able to move forward. They were able to win, and you're able to win. When I'm doing my videos, I'm giving my all. I want to make sure that I'm giving as much value as I possibly can to all of you that are taking the time to listen, because to me, that's my way of giving. That's my way of my win. I'm giving value. And the value and the win comes back to me through people watching this, maybe following up with me, maybe joining one of my communities, maybe getting in touch with me, maybe becoming a paid client. I don't know. But my job is to make sure and show up every day because I choose to and give as much value as I possibly can. And then some of you will say, oh, but Pamela, if I give everything away, what will they pay for? Well, this is the wonderful thing about this abundant universe that we live in. The more that you take out and flow out into life, the more life flows into you, because doesn't nature abhor a vacuum? You can never be vacuous in that way. The more I give, the more comes to me. The more I think up and share, the more comes. I don't even have room or time to actually put out all the ideas that keep floating to me. Okay? And if I actually gave everything out in this moment, will you be able to consume it all? Probably not, because you have a life to live, right? You'll catch a little bit here and you'll catch a little bit there, and somebody new might find me and share. You don't know. But my job is to give the best that I got each and every day. Okay? So make your life a win-win proposition. It's amazing to me that so many people hold back from fear. They hold back in the thoughts that they might be giving their best stuff, and so they hold on and they clamp on, and they don't understand that they're choking out the flow. They're stepping on the hose of their flow. Okay, maybe that's why you're stuck in your life. Have you ever considered that? Maybe that's why things aren't moving along for you, because you're holding on, you're holding back, you're not putting out the value. Life's trying to move through you, it's trying to flow beautifully through you, and you're holding it up because of fear, holding it up because of competitive thoughts about what you shouldn't or what the other person shouldn't be doing. I see it all the time, right? And I don't have fear of that, because one, there is no original thoughts. We're all talking about the same beautiful concepts all the time in our own way. We're just packaging it differently. And because I'm a unique being on this planet, it's coming out of me differently than it will come out of the next person saying the exact same thing. And that's the beauty of it. All voices talking about the same thing, coming from the all. These are Hermetic principles. And I invite you into my community so we can continue talking about this. I'm going to be on calls, private calls, talking about these principles. And the more that I talk about it, the more I share it, the more I give examples of how to trigger these things, and the more you're going to be able to apply it in your life and see the beauty unfold. Okay? All right, let's get to number 3. Number 3 is flow love. Oh, Pamela, now I got to turn you off. Now you've gone too far, you might think. My friend, it's not the love that Hollywood has shown you that I'm talking about. This love, very few people actually know what that means. Love is not fear. Love is not jealousy. Love is not competition. Love is not dishonesty. Love is not striving. Love is not all the things that you noted to me. It's not sexual, but it's sensual. There's so much you can do with the power of love. Now, how does that work, Pamela? I'm married. I have somebody I love. I have my children. I have my family. I've got my love stuff covered, you might say. But do you? Are you flowing love? When you walk by somebody that you don't know, are you flowing love to that person? I make it a practice, and it was hard in the beginning, but I make it a practice that when people walk by me, I don't know them. I don't even say hi to them. But in my mind, I say, I love you. I flow blessings and love to you. And they walk by. They don't know that I just did that on their behalf. I just allow them to walk by. So the point of this is at least 5 times a day, if you remember, make this a practice that you can do, but at least 5 times a day, share love with people, flow love to people, because, in essence, they'll never know really that you've done it, but what it does for you, it swells within you. Do this for you, right? And this is the power of love generating and flowing out. The universe now will have a feeling that you're now vibrating on a certain level. I also urge you to pick up the book titled Letting Go by David Hawkins. And he talks about the ascension of consciousness from apathy all the way to love and everything in between. There's a whole lot of stops in between. Where are you on that scale? The majority of people on this planet are somewhere between pride, anger, and courage, I believe. So they're sort of right in the middle there. And we're all trying to work towards it. That's why you hear a lot of conversation around the topic of courage. We're pulling ourselves out into courage, which is good, but we're still not where we need to be. We're still not in that heightened state of awareness about ourselves. That's why it's important to know thyself. We're still not in that place where we need to be working the vibration of love, of win-win, and all the other things that I talked about on this video. It's such an important concept for you, and I urge you. That's why I would love you to follow me. Just go to my website at PamelaSylvan.com as a starter. But folks, the Hermetic principles are the place to start. This is the backbone of my business. Even when I'm just working with people, either even in personal branding, I bring these concepts forward so that they can have an advantage, right? You can talk for years and years and years about your past and your this. Those things are over. Now it's time to get in the flow of the energy. Get in the flow of how life expands and becomes a beautiful work of art for yourself. And when you do these things in secret and you do these things in silence, people will start to say, hey, what's going on over there? What's going on with her or him? Okay? So I'll leave it there for today. This is a huge topic, and I will continue to talk these things out. I will continue to write these things out. That's why it's important to get on my mailing list. I will continue talking about this because the time has come, people. These things have been in the ethers forever. And that's why Tremiscus himself, again with my S's, Tremiscus himself, it means thrice great. He was great on the physical plane, on the mental plane, and on the etheric plane. And this is where we ourselves need to go. Okay? Enough of this running around in confusion and burdensomeness. Is that a word? Burdensomeness? And just knocking ourselves around. The information is here. Let's get on board, study, practice, and unfold the world we wish to see. My name is Pamela. It was a pleasure. I'll see you again next week with some more principles to help you spiral up your life. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.